You might be wondering why I put that face saying like the face that's scared. Well, today I'm going to be reacting to scary animatronics. Let's get it.
The water is essential.
Okay guys, welcome back to my channel, aka Ileana's channel. Today we're going to be watching top 10 with my brother. We're going to be watching me and my brother are going to be watching top 10 scariest underwater animatronics. I don't know how to say that because I literally don't pay attention to phobias, but this is the channel name, Theme Park Crazy, if you want to watch it. They have, I'm gonna say, interesting videos, and yeah, if y'all want me to react to more, we can react to, honestly, some more, I don't know, scary ones. Let's get started.
To life itself. It can also be quite terrifying. This is especially true when you
What are you doing if you see that? Nothing, because
merge animatronics in it. The idea of being
and like, how do you know that it can't do anything? Like, how do you know it can't do anything? How do you know that it cannot?
Because animatronics can move from the spot unless it's remote controlled or powered with setting. How would you get
exactly?
powered underwater?
It can get powered with something.
in the water.
Okay, well then how's it working underwater? Your brain knows.
With the twisting gears, sharp edges, and often terrifying imagery of these machines creates the ultimate nightmare fuel. In recent weeks, the general fear of submerged machines.
If you don't know, I have a phobia of water. I don't know if it's just me.
No, you don't. You're lying.
Yes, I do. Like, I cannot. No. Okay, not a phobia of water. I have a phobia of the ocean, like the deep ocean. Like, you cannot bring me to any deep oceans because I will not go. I mean, if it's the shore, yeah, but if we're going on a boat, like, ride across the whole entire, like, I don't know. I'm scared of bridges. I'm, like, not bridges, but I'm scared of bridges that are on top of water, like, deep water. I'm scared of, like, anything, like, deep water. I'm scared of it, because, like, what do you mean? Like, how do you not, I don't know how to say it, but I think you guys understand it.
What if you can't
aka submechanophobia, has been gaining steam on places like Reddit and TikTok. And with animatronics being an essential part of the theme park industry, I figured it was time to give this subject my list.
Because, like, I don't know, I'd just be scared. Okay, I'm sorry for pausing it.
Well, you pause everything.
Should I do a pause count?
It's gonna go up to 1,000.
Okay, first of all, I'm scared of, like, things like this, okay?
How are you even scared of that? You're just
First of all, it's in water. My question is, how does it work in water? I don't know if this is, like, a stupid question to ask. How do they genuinely work in water? Second question, if it's if it's battery and wired controlled, how does it work in water? That's what I'm trying to say. And then also, okay, Booty, you might not be scared of it, and it's literally a phobia. You have phobias too, but it's.
Bring me to the deep ocean. I don't care.
I said you have phobias. I didn't say you have a phobia of oceans, but yeah, like, there's a lot of many questions for this, because whether or not it actually looks scary, and, like, even, I don't care if it's, like, a little water, like a little cave, like this one right here, as you can see.
Call it top 10 treatment. So as voted on by the fans, here are the top 10.
Because things like this, it's just too, literally, look, like, how are you going to put a danger sign, say you can't touch the water because it has this thing in it, but it's in the water and it's ride? I don't get that.
Scariest underwater animatronics to give you submechanophobia. Number 10, the crocodile, located at England's Watermouth Castle. Found in Devon County, England, Watermouth Castle is a small family theme park with a lot going for it. This park is centered around a large historical dwelling built all the way back in 1825. Among its surrounding attractions is a series of rides and curios for the whole family to enjoy. One of the main features of this park is an array of animatronic.
Okay, real animatronics, like animatronics that aren't in water.
Okay, pause count is already at 5.
Okay, nobody cares. Okay, but maybe they might care, but okay, different. That's different. They decided to click this video. They're gonna have to go through it now. Okay, first of all, this thing doesn't even look like Snow White, so that's 1 point off. These things just look haunting. Oh wow. But yeah, they're not the best, and I'm sorry, this looks like an off-brand of Snow White, and this just looks like me at 3 a.m. trying to get a snack and be quiet with my friend, and she's all making jokes. Literally, this is my whole entire group, and then this is my mom. So, like, what?
Figures for guests to check out. Among these figures are gnomes, anthropomorphic animals, and a truly unsettling crocodile. Placed behind a stone wall and a caged window, this croc is shrouded in darkness until it surfaces. The only movement this creature seems to make is rising out of the water, and the only sound it makes is the water dripping off of it. The sheer simplicity of its design somehow makes it even creepier, and the lack of lighting only adds...
Okay, like he's saying.
6.
I want you guys to hear, Booney. I want you guys. You can say stuff if you want to, but it has to be about the video. Like, you can't just be saying, "Oh yeah," like you cannot be saying that looks like me. That's just like not even like, I don't know. We're reacting to videos.
You said that off-brand Snow White looked like mom.
I did not say that.
I did.
I said that was mom coming in the room, and that's us. So yeah, be quiet. Anyways, so basically listen to what he's saying about the truth. Like, he's literally speaking truth right now.
to its bone-chilling appearance. It just goes to show that when it comes to inciting fear in submechanophobics, sometimes less is more. Number 9. The sea serpent and the giant squid. Located on the defunct submarine voyage ride at California's Disneyland. Just because Disneyland is called the happiest place on Earth doesn't mean it's never had anything creepy in it. Through the park's history, it's certainly had its fair share of unsettling attractions, perhaps enough for their own video. There's the Haunted Mansion, the original Alice in Wonderland ride, the now defunct Underwear Museum, and of course the famous submarine voyage. Built on the former spot of the failed Phantom Boats ride, guests would board a submarine and were taken on a journey into the deep sea.
My first question. Why does it move like a real octopus? Like, I understand it's an octopus animatronic, but first of all, why is it like fully underwater? And just like why is it just moving like that? Like, let's rewind back to that clip. Already 7 where he's moving.
What? All I said was 7 PC.
Disneyland. Just because this.
Okay, would y'all swim under there? Like, I understand people might not be scared of it. They'll be like, okay, no, that's nothing to me. But like underwater, and like some of them move their mouth too, which just makes it 10 times worse.
Disneyland is called the happiest place on Earth doesn't mean it's never had anything creepy in it. Through the park's history, it's certainly had its fair share of unsettling attractions, perhaps enough for their own video. There's the Haunted Mansion, the original Alice in Wonderland ride, the now defunct Underwear Museum, and of course the famous submarine voyage. Built on the former spot of the failed Phantom Boats ride, guests would board a submarine and were taken on a journey into the deep seas, encountering several undersea creatures along the way. These included sharks, mermaids, and a terrifying deep-sea giant squid. Admittedly, video of the squid is pretty hard to come by, especially since it was found in a dark portion of the ride. This squid utilized compressed air and wires to move its tentacles, giving it an unnervingly lifelike appearance. But this wasn't the only notable attraction on this ride. The submarine would come across a sea serpent. Its long, scaly body would be shown at first, building up tension before guests come in contact with the face. Its big, bulging eyes and frozen, open-mouthed facial expression has been described.
When you see something like that, you know you're about to get your cooked. Like, just know you're cooked when you see something like that. Because,
What do you mean? You started it.
this literally looks like my brother. Yeah, like that literally looks like my brother, bro.
Let's get started. Okay, sorry guys, we have to do a pause because I'm eating, but...
Described as cute by some and creepy by others. Outside of the water, this serpent is often considered to be far friendlier
It's not scary out of water.
looking than it does underwater. But what do you think? Is this serpent creepy or cute?
And I think it's honestly... Okay.
The swimming dino from outside of the water, this serpent is often considered to be far friendlier looking than it does underwater. But what do you think?
I think the only reason is because it has, like, bubbles coming out of its nose. I mean, like, that's, like, a dumb answer, but it has real bubbles coming out of its nose. And, like, it's under rocks and stuff. I don't know.
Is this serpent creepy or cute? Number 8.
Creepy.
The swimming dino from Tennessee's Jurassic Boat Ride. It's needless to say that the city of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee is all about tourism. From its many dinner shows to its world-renowned theme park Dollywood, this southern city has quite a lot of charm to it. Everywhere you turn, there's something new to check out, and one of these attractions is perhaps the most terrifying boat ride in the country. Just a short walk away from the Alcatraz East Crime Museum is a standalone boat ride attraction called Jurassic Boat Ride. This dark ride sits passengers in a small boat, taking them through a dark, spine-tingling adventure.
What are you doing if you see that when you're out? Like, what?
Through a prehistoric
And it's dark.
jungle. With ferocious dinosaurs and creepy crawlies, this ride is chock full of scares to keep you on edge, and it's like something straight out of a creepy...
What? That literally looks like a human. With arms, legs. Human. Look at this thing.
Just look at the jaw of this T-Rex. Holy sh**. Though most of the dinosaurs aren't actually in the water, one mysterious creature was able to make this list. Towards the middle of the ride, a mysterious dinosaur head emerges from the water, baring its teeth at boats passing by.
Okay. What if you... Sorry guys, I'm eating. What if you go in the water... No, what if you go in this ride and think, oh, I'm gonna see animatronics outside of the water. Like, we're gonna be on water, we're gonna be seeing animatronics dancing outside of the water, right? Or whatever, right? And you just see something pop their head up, like, no, like, I would immediately tell them to stop the ride, because no.
The fact that it gets so close to the boat is made even more startling by the devilish red light that shines upon it. Unfortunately, this animatronic reportedly stopped working around 2015. However, it still sits in the water to this day, with only the top of its head still visible from the boat. Overall, if you feel like giving your kids nightmare, it still sits in the water to this day.
Still sits in the water? Take it out. Like, somebody take it out, bro. Like, okay. And if they didn't take it out, they're probably scared of it. And I'm not saying that because I'm scared of it. I'm saying that because it would have been out the water already because of, like, many reasons.
With only the top of its head still visible from the boat. Overall, if you feel like giving your kids nightmares, I highly recommend a ride on.
Great taste, made right for generations. Craft Real Mayo, the heart of every table.
Bro, there's an ad.
This. Number 7. Nukin, located on the defunct Maelstrom ride at Florida's Epcot. Since 1982, Epcot has been one of the most significant parks in the Disney World Resort. In addition to Future World, Epcot also features the World Showcase. Here you can find pavilions based on various countries around the world. A few years after the park's opening, the World Showcase would see the debut of the Norway Pavilion. This celebration of all things Scandinavia featured a wide variety of shops and restaurants, along with its star attraction Maelstrom. Named after a powerful whirlpool, this boat ride served as the ultimate tribute to Norwegian history and mythology. Guests would encounter Vikings, polar bears, and a few trolls. Towards the middle of the ride, one segment involved a three-headed troll angrily banishing guests from his territory. Right next to this irate fellow is a creature known as a Nukin. According to Norwegian mythology, the Nukin is a water spirit that lures people to their deaths in lakes and streams. On Maelstrom, this creature is portrayed by a submerged animatronic animatronic with...
What? What? What even is that, bro? You gotta pay me $1 million to get on that ride.
what appear to be branches on its head. What makes the Nukin especially creepy is the bright yellow eyes that peer at guests through the dark. Even worse, the boat stops upon its appearance, before being sent backwards by the...
Cause every animatronic cut is PC, like the gaming console. Goofy. Every like animatronic is dark, and this one is just. Let's replay the clip.
be branches on its head. What makes the Nukin especially creepy is the bright yellow eyes that peer at guests through the dark. Even worse, the boat stops upon its appearance, before being sent backwards by the three-headed troll. This gives guests even more time to look at its bright, piercing stare. This guy surely must have given kids nightmares during its original run. Sadly though, this impressive dark ride was recently closed in 2014. Maelstrom was completely refurbished and rethemed to Frozen Ever After. The Nukin and the three-headed troll would be replaced by Queen Elsa. While Frozen Ever After is absolutely incredible on its own, it's still unfortunate that Maelstrom had to close for it. Number 6. The Sea Monster, located on the I Corsari ride at Italy's Gardaland. Perhaps the most notable theme park in Italy is the incredible Gardaland. This park is jam-packed with colorful and extravagant attractions for everyone to enjoy. From the ornate family rides to the wonderfully themed roller coasters, every attraction stands out. This is also true for the dark
I'm gonna say something. It does look pretty good.
ride I Corsari. Think of this
It looks so like bright and like friendly.
boat ride is the Italian equivalent of Pirates of the Caribbean. Like the aforementioned Disney ride, guests will go on a swashbuckling adventure with decorative set pieces and animatronics. Most of these figures are tame.
Okay, when I see human animatronics, it just gives me the creeps. Is that just me? Yeah, just you. I don't know. What you asking me? I don't know, but like I kept them entertained. Okay, cause like I don't understand how people aren't scared of human animatronics when they're just another version of us, except with battery.
But one in particular is a big old bucket of nope for submechanophobics. Towards the middle of the ride, you'll spot a serpent-like tail sticking out of the water. Then, as if ascending from the watery depths of Davy Jones' locker, an aquatic hellspawn rises out of the water. Aquaphobics will gaze in horror as water spews forth.
Why is it coming out of its mouth? Oh. Bro.
From its
Why is
mouth.
water
After
coming?
emerging, this creature will bare its face to the riders. The combination of its human-like face and puppet-like mouth makes its appearance particularly discomforting. Some passengers may say it's so scary, it'll make them wish they could scroll down to the comment section in real life. There's not much else to say about this dude, except you may be seeing him in your nightmares tonight. Number 5. The Shark Attack from the Hollywood Tour ride
Nope. Just this clip looks scary for me.
at Germany's Phantasialand. Phantasialand is well known by thrill seekers for its excellent selection of roller coasters. However, it's also home to various other attractions, including a water-based dark ride. This ride, named Hollywood Tour, takes parkgoers through the classic motion pictures of old. Starting off with an introduction by the animatronic of legendary director Alfred Hitchcock, you'll find yourself whisked away through several famous movies, including
What even is that, bro? Like, that looks like that one puppet sticker. Their hands look like that one puppet sticker on TikTok that's just like moving with the string.
King Kong, The Wizard of Oz, and Steven Spielberg's Jaws. The scene begins in a mock new introduction by the animatronic of legendary director Alfred Hitchcock. You'll find yourself whisked away through several famous movies, including King Kong, The Wizard of Oz.
Go back.
Oz, and Steven Spielberg's Jaws.
sounds
The scene
fishy.
begins in a mock New England fishing village, and things seem peaceful at first. As you turn right, though, things take a turn for the worst. A shark fin suddenly appears out of the water, swimming past another animatronic of a fisherman in a yellow raincoat. Suddenly, his boat starts to sink, which is already unsettling enough, but immediately afterwards, a shark will rise out of the water right next to the boat, showing guests its razor-sharp-looking teeth. And as if that weren't enough, another shark pops out on the opposite side of the boat to make sure guests on each side of the boat get a piece of the action. So if you're afraid of sharks and water and the dark, this ride would be a great exposure.
Need to find the best way to learn
Oh,
math?
it's not
Brilliant.org. Brilliant's an effective and fun way to learn, built for the way your mind actually works. Every lesson is visual and interactive, so the math makes sense. You can touch it,
Pause.
Therapy. Number 4, Moby Dick, located on the defunct Hunt for Moby Dick ride at Massachusetts Pleasure Island. After the success of Disneyland, several other theme parks started popping up across the country. One of these parks was Pleasure Island in Wakefield, Massachusetts. This park featured 2 main themed lands, a Western-themed area, as well as one based on a New England fishing village. The latter featured the park's most famous attraction, the Hunt for Moby Dick. Based on the recently released 1956 Gregory Peck film, this boat ride took guests on an excursion to find and hunt down Moby Dick. Guests would tangle with the rhinoceros, gaze on a few porpoises, and have a close encounter with the legendary white whale himself. For 1959, this animatronic was truly ahead of its time, measuring at an estimated 50 feet long. This massive
That does look like a real whale. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a whale or something, a dolphin. I don't know my animals. Beluga? Okay, well then that looks like a beluga because... Okay, who knows, like, what if it just pops out of the water anywhere? I don't know if it can move or it just stays in that spot. But, like, what if it just pops out of the water when you're, like, trying to, like, take a photo or something? It pops under the boat or whatever you're on it. I don't understand how people go on that, but on pause.
ghostly white animatronic would rise out of the murky water and bare its teeth, and the sight of it alone was quite intimidating. According to historian Robert McLaughlin, several past guests say this whale really spooked them as kids, with many saying they won't even go on a whale watch. It was undoubtedly an impressive sight. Unfortunately, during its run at the park, the animatronic would be extremely difficult to maintain. The design was problematic, with the wheels running on what seemed like a trolley track. Unlike roller coasters, the wheels didn't lock onto the track, and with the fiberglass whale being full of air, it would often float off said track. Since the natural pond couldn't be drained, a diver would have to be sent underwater to fix and realign it, even after...
Go under the water and fix it. Call your Uber, because who's doing that, bro? Who is even going to do that, bro?
Holes were drilled into the back to prevent it from floating. The ride was still a maintenance nightmare. Over the course of a decade, this park would...
That's what I was just saying right now. What if it, like, floats somewhere else and then pops up from who knows where? Under the boat, under the... Like, I don't know. It could literally pop in front of the boat and stop the boat from even moving.
quickly lose popularity. Its focus on slower, family-focused rides just couldn't keep up with the increasing demand for thrill rides in the industry, and towards the end of its run, the owners didn't even bother to maintain the whale, and the ride would cease to operate before the park shut down. After deciding the land was more valuable than the park, Pleasure Island's owners would close it down after Labor Day 1969. Nowadays, office buildings and an apartment complex sit on the park's former spot, but the aforementioned pond still remains. Eerily enough, the ramp used to move the whale into the water is still on the property. It is even rumored that the whale itself still sits in the water to this day. By the way, special thanks to Robert McLaughlin for helping me with the research for this segment. He's got some amazing books on Pleasure Island and an entire website about it. If you want to check them out, I put links in the description. Number 3. The Drowning Man. Located on the Fata Morgana ride at the Netherlands Efteling. There's no doubt that Efteling...
Drowning Man? What?
is one of Europe's most popular theme parks. This park perfectly mixes state-of-the-art attractions with elaborate fantasy theming. Prime examples include the steampunk-themed dive coaster Baron 1898, as well as the surreal Flying Pagoda. But the attraction we're going to talk about right now is the dark ride Fata Morgana. First opening in 1986, this boat ride can be best described as a journey through Middle Eastern folklore. Based on 1001 Arabian Nights, your boat will pass through a wide variety of scenes brought to life by by 140 animatronics. You'll feast your eyes on the Sultan's gold, sail through the marketplace, face off with a giant djinn, and witness the horrors of the torture chamber. Yes, a torture chamber. This scene features a guard with a whip ordering prisoners to work the machines. This is already dark enough, but directly across this scene is where things get even darker. On your right, you'll see a prison cell filled with water. A prisoner can be seen clinging onto the bars, bobbing his head up and down, trying not to drown. Needless to say, this is certainly more unsettling than anything on Pirates of the Caribbean.
If it's on a theme park, they're not even supposed to drown. What the?
Now just imagine it's a small world having a torture chamber. Then again, with that song that plays over and over again, some may say it already is one. Plus, Disney is no stranger to torture chambers. They did distribute Cars 2 into theaters after all. Number 2, the entire Jaws ride at Florida's Universal Studios Orlando and Universal Studios Japan. Based on the movie Jaws, this ride was meant to expand on Universal Studios Hollywood's tram tour experience. This new ride would be insanely complex, putting guests in the water with the film's
Okay. Wow, there's a shark underwater.
titular shark. Though its initial opening in 1990 suffered from numerous technical difficulties, the ride would be vastly improved upon by 1993.
Okay. That looks like a real shark.
This version is still remembered fondly to this day. This ride centers around guests boarding a boat and taking a scenic cruise around Amity Island. Things go awry though when the great white shark himself destroys another tour boat. State-of-the-art animatronics were used to give the shark a highly detailed and bone-chilling appearance. Being surrounded by water with no immediate escape only adds to the ride's terror.
Okay. There's a rainbow and that's actually cute.
And the water's lack of transparency makes the shark's appearances even more startling. Out of the ride's 6 shark animatronics, 2 of them in particular are especially traumatizing. The first occurs in the boathouse, where guests attempt to hide from the shark. I personally remember thinking such a big shark wouldn't fit inside the small boathouse. Just as the boat is about to go outside though, the shark comes charging from the corner, with the interior darkness of the boathouse making him even more terrifying. Towards the end of the ride, the shark will bite a power line, causing it to be burnt to a crisp. And in all my years on this planet, I've never screamed as hard as I did seeing this electrocuted monstrosity. To the disappointment of many, this ride was not to last, and in 2011, the Florida version would end up being replaced with more Harry Potter attractions. However, a near-exact clone of this ride still exists at Universal Studios Japan to this day, so if you're a fan of the original, a trip to Japan is highly recommended. Before we get to the number 1 spot, here are a few honorable mentions. First up is Mildred the Crocklebog at England's Bewilderwood. You can see this creature on the Bewilder boat ride. As you sail past her, she will spray water from her nostrils.
Okay, this one's kind of cute. It doesn't move, it doesn't do anything crazy. Yeah, that's cute.
She does look intimidating while submerged. A closer look at the figure reveals that she's much more cute than scary. The park website says, quote, Mildred is really a vegetarian, and she often tries to make friends with butterflies, but people seem to get the wrong impression of her. As such, I simply didn't have the heart to put this lovely lady on the list. She is simply too charming to be scary, and the park even sells plush toys of her. How could I possibly call this poor girl scary? Next up is the sea serpent from the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride at Florida's Magic Kingdom. This one just missed making the list. Like Mildred, I also thought this fellow was more cute than scary, though I must admit, the pictures of it sitting abandoned are...
That could have made it to the list, because that is scary. Like, okay, just because it's abandoned, like, what's in that water? What is it still doing in that water? Somebody destroy it, and yeah.
Absolute nightmare fuel. I mean, geez, this looks like something straight out of the SCP universe. Number 1, Birth of the Bunyip, located at Australia's Murray Bridge. This animatronic won my poll in a landslide. Originating from indigenous Australian mythology,
When you see this as a reference for the animatronic, you know you was cooked.
Bunyip is a mythological water-dwelling creature, also known as the Mulyawonk. It is said to inhabit areas like swamps, riverbeds, and creeks, coming out at night to devour any human or animal in sight. In 1972, a man named Dennis Newell created his own rendition of the Bunyip as a coin-operated tourist attraction. Over the years, though, the water would eat away at the exterior, leaving it more and more abandoned-looking. And as if one of these creatures wasn't enough, the Bunyip was given a baby in 1982 and renamed Bertha.
A baby? So now we're making more? And then it has somebody that's creating one. What?
18 years later, though, both the baby and its mother were a truly terrifying pair, with their pupils washed out over the years. These pictures are beyond nightmare fuel. I can't even properly describe how disturbing they look. So to restore it to its former glory, this local treasure was given a major makeover in the year 2000. Now,
Yeah, it looks a bit better when it's like... Okay, I don't know if the background was the same, but yeah, the background, I mean, this one just looks way better than the other one. And this one kind of looks like that dinosaur game where you press the tooth and it like snaps your finger but doesn't break it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say this one's not that scary when it's fixed, but when it's abandoned, yeah, no.
nowadays, the bunyip is much more cartoonish and less scary looking than it was before. On the other hand, it's still extremely popular with the locals, and is ranked as the #1 thing to do in Murray Bridge by TripAdvisor. Despite its toned-down appearance, there's no doubt that tourists and submechanophobics agree that they wouldn't want to get in the water with this thing. Can't get enough submechanophobia for one video? Feel free to check out Fast Pass Facts video on Disney submechanophobia. This is definitely one of my favorite YouTube channels, and they did a great job with this subject. If you want to check out their video, I've put a link.
You guys can go ahead and check Pass Facts, and that's it for the video. I will be tagging this person's username in the, what's it called? Title, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.